The year is 1880, and a 10-year-old boy named James Benton Ellis is living on a little farm with his parents and his brothers. And his dad, Jack Ellis, was a Civil War veteran, kind of a hard man, rough life. One day an old man came to the door, an old Methodist preacher, and was trying to sell Bibles to him. And got very upset with the old preacher and kicked him off his porch. And as he was walking back to his wagon, this 10-year-old boy named James walked up to him and said, "What is this book that makes my dad so mad?" "It's the Holy Bible, son, the Word of God," he said. "Would you like to have one?" "Yes, sir," the little boy said. So he slipped the little New Testament into his pocket and said, "Don't tell your dad, and I'll be back in a few weeks, and I want to hear what you think about it." So the little boy snuck out at night when all his family went to sleep and read the New Testament. And he did this over and over for several weeks, and the old preacher showed up one day and asked him if he had read it. "Yes, sir," he replied, 7 times. Beginning that day with little James, 17 preachers have descended from old Jack Ellis. My name is Aaron Ellis, and my great-great-grandfather was James Benton Ellis, and I'm 5th generation pastor within this family. When my grandfather felt the call in his life to move into ministry, the first person he talked to besides his wife was his grandfather, which is my great-great-grandfather, James Benton Ellis. And I remember telling a story about the advice that he got from his grandfather. James said, "Son, the Lord's a pretty good fellow to work for. You'll never get rich, because if you ever get any money ahead, you'll see a need and give it away. But you don't have to worry, because He'll always take care of you." This spiritual legacy is all a result of the courage and faith and persistence of an old, discouraged Methodist Bible salesman who had a conversation with a little 10-year-old boy on a front gate. And I'm going to challenge you as men to look back at your heritage and see what it is that brought you to where you are today, and just honor that. It's amazing when you really start digging in and looking at the prayers and the time and the effort and energy that generation and generations before you have poured into your life. And if you don't have that spiritual heritage or that spiritual legacy, what a great opportunity that you have as a man to step up and lead your family and lead your kids in a way to begin and start a new legacy that honors Christ with your family and many, many generations to come.